All right, coming to you live from Web 2.0 and Interop here at the Javits in New York, and I'm here with Roger Klorese. How are you doing, Roger?
I'm really good.
So tell me what you do for Citrix. You work for Citrix.
So I work for Citrix. I am Senior Director of Product Marketing in the Data Center and Cloud division, working on the Zen Server and Essentials product family. I've been focusing to a large extent this year on free Zen Server, on launching the program and making the product available, bringing more functionality into the free product so that people can take a free product not just as a taster, but actually run a significant portion of the systems in their business on this rock-solid, tested, enterprise-class, cloud-proven product, and buy support for it, deploy, and then if they want to add things like high availability protection, dynamic workload balancing, streamed dynamic provisioning, automated lab management, then they can add on the Citrix Essentials products. But by doing this, it's been tremendous for us this year. We've over 200,000 downloads at this point, which is well in advance of where we were when we had a more limited free product. And people are going from one system to multiple systems to, hey, now I've got my essential applications on these, essential, and I really want to protect the availability of them. I want to have automated failover. I want to have integration with that big smart storage array I bought so that when I click a button and say make a snapshot, it asks the hardware to do it efficiently. And all of those, now there are so many more systems that those can be deployed on that are already working. So it's been a really fun ride this year. And we're doing this very similar thing now in the networking space. A lot of people think about Citrix and they say, yeah, I run Citrix, and 90% of them mean I'm running what's now called XenApp, which was previous presentation server, which before that was Metaframe, and before that it was WinFrame, and that begat, and so on. But the classic Citrix presentation and application virtualization business, but people aren't always aware that we really do an end-to-end solution from data center to desktop into the cloud that also includes the network points. So anyway, what I'm getting at is we also announced a version of our NetScaler application delivery servers appliances as a virtual appliance called NetScaler VPX. And so we're really hoping that people will start getting the benefit of our VPN capability, of our SSL VPN capability, of our load balancing from the VPX virtual appliance, and there's now also a free express version of that.
Oh, very cool. So then getting back to the hypervisor, obviously Citrix acquired Zen, and so that's your
acquired Zen source.
Oh, Zen, right.
It's an open source. Zen is code, Zen is GPL.
Right. So but you also, one of the things that you guys have been very public about is managing other people's VMs as well.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
So the same essentials capabilities I just talked about for Zen Server, meaning the storage integration, lab management, staging management, and dynamic provisioning, workload streaming. Those capabilities are also available from us as essentials for Hyper-V. So you can run the same services and enhance a Hyper-V environment just as a Zen Server environment, or run a mixed environment.
What are you most excited about in the year to come for Citrix? What's one area that you're really looking forward to getting into?
I'll give you two, actually.
All right, two for.
One of them is the growing of the data center into the cloud and being able to leverage. We just recently, of course, we still coordinate and support Zen.org, the foundation for providing the open source platform. We've just really enriched the open source platform. So many cloud providers have built their own Zen-based solution with their own management, but they've had to cobble together their own domain zeros and support their own kernels and so on. That Zen.org just released a new platform called Zen Cloud Platform, which is really a full cloud-positioned distro, including the management stack, that is the API stack, from Zen Server. We took out some of the bits that support proprietary functionality, and then we open sourced the same stack. So they have a choice now of building external clouds that will be API compatible with Zen Server, doing it on a free platform that they can advance, they can integrate into their management. And we're seeing people start to do that, such as SoftLayer and a few other cloud providers. That's the first thing. The second thing, which I think fits in the everybody's got to have one category, is that in the early part of next year, we're going to release Zen Client, which is our Type 1 bare metal desktop or client laptop hypervisor. There are so many cool things about it as compared to your basic, any other solution, just a hosted app style desktop virtualization. It gets the performance, including 2D and 3D acceleration of the graphics hardware, has direct access, unlike a server product, to a whole lot of USB connected and other direct connect hardware in the box. It's going to be a great endpoint for Zen Desktop, so it would be possible for you to unplug and get on the plane and your desktop is there and you plug back in and it syncs back to the data center. But another really cool use case is that you take a business provided laptop today. The company wants the images locked down. And the second that secure, wonderful laptop image goes out the door, if you're like me, you load iTunes, you load, 7 other of your own apps. People start worrying about the security exposures. You put in connections through home email, and IT departments start to freak out. Mm-hmm. And then, depending on, what their attitude is, either they just fume at you or they start throwing things off your machine and rolling images back. But one of the great things of having a client hypervisor is that you can have a perfectly secure corporate VM, and you can have a separate environment in which you run all your personal apps, and you can do whatever you want to there. This one is securely protected, securely imaged, and you still have the flexibility. So, the days of the 2-laptop traveler were over.
Nice. Roger, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing about it.
My pleasure. Thanks so much.